People, well, we're just doing a fill-in flight in between our legs in the States on the US tour. So our flight today is going to be from Auckland, New Zealand, down to Queenstown. So it's going to be a beautiful flight. Unfortunately the weather's not the best. It's pissing down out there again. I've had a lot of flights lately that are wet, and this is no exception. So what I'm going to do is go through, set everything up, and then I'll come back once I'm all ready to go. So we are back. We've got engines running. Everything's ready to go. The vehicle running across the tarmac. Anyway, yeah. Pretty wet and soggy conditions out there. We'll taxi down to the active and we'll be off. It's I think it's about a 1.5 hour flight today. It's actually 9 o'clock in the morning. You wouldn't believe it from the sky, but it is. It's 9 o'clock, so hopefully we might get a little bit nicer weather once we get up in the air. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. Yeah, so we're taxiing down to the active. We've got a few aeroplanes in front of us ready to take off. There is a bird coming in as well. Where is it? There it is. 2,500 feet up, so it's going to be interesting. Oh my god, there's a rash of them. There's about 3 coming in. So we might be waiting a while to get out of here. Anyway, I'll come back when we're airborne. 1, 2, 3 aeroplanes in front of us. An A320. Looks like a Q400, 2 Q400. Yeah, we've got a bird coming in here at the moment. Looks like a little overwing job, probably a Q400 or something. Got 2 sitting here in front of me, as you can see. Oh, listen to that. Yeah. Where is he? Yeah, he's coming in for a landing. Be great to get rid of these guys so I can move up the chain. We've got another couple coming in, so we're going to have to move it. So that was a tricky takeoff in between aeroplanes coming in and out. So there's Auckland down there. Oh, there was Auckland. It's pretty crappy, the sky up here at the moment. A bit hazy. Look at this thing of beauty. The way it operates. Absolutely amazing. Flaps up. I don't know why that's going off. We've got the right altimeter settings in at the moment. Well, a little bit of blue sky out there. So we're at 7,800. We'll be doing a big about turn very shortly. Coming up on 10,000. Oh my god, look, it's pea soup. Can't see anything here. And there's our 10,000, so let's swap over to standard and those off. And our lights off. Oh, a little bit of blue sky. So I'll come back a little bit later when we're over the South Island or something. Up on top of Klein, we can see a little bit of green land down there, some blue sky. Still fairly cloudy though. There we've just hit 32,000, so we'll level out here, and we can see just ahead the mountain there, Mount, oh god, I've forgotten the name of it now, Mount something. It's the lower part of the North Island. Hello? Oh, wow, we got a pretty bumpy ride. It's there's only a 7 to 8 knot wind, but it's gusting up to about 15 knots, and it's coming at us sort of on our nose, so it's throwing the aeroplane around a little bit, I can tell you. If you can see it from here, we are moving around a fair bit. So as I said, I'll come back when we get a little bit in between the, maybe in between the two islands, and show you. The good news is we've left the yucky weather behind us. We're now into some nice clear blue skies. There's that mountain. I wish I could remember the name of it. Mount. I will remember it. Probably is. Anyway, we're looking for the South Island. It hasn't actually shown up yet. We can't even actually see Wellington from here. It's over that way somewhere. And our South Island should be just ahead of us, but at the moment it's still not showing up. It's just water. So we'll come back when we get over. Okay, the mountain I've forgotten, and we've now flown past, was Mount Egmont. Of course, all the New Zealanders be kicking me up the bum. And we can just start seeing the South Island coming into view now. We're not that far from it. So as I say, I'll come back when we're a little bit closer. And there we have the beautiful tip of the South Island of New Zealand. And not really sure which is which. I think in there somewhere is Picton, where the ferry comes in and docks. Might even be just there ahead of us. And they got that little beautiful little peninsula there coming off the mainland. And just make out the other part of the mainland down there. But we're going straight over the top of that, so we'll come back when we're a little bit closer. So I have managed to set up the camera on a tripod here, and as you can see, the beautiful mountains here now going through the ranges. We've still got 236 miles to go, but I'll actually video the landing on this one because it's quite an intricate landing. You have to come in over the mountains, have to drop about 6,000 to 7,000 feet within about 10 miles, so it's a very touchy operation. And of course, along with that drop, you accumulate a lot of speed, so it's a matter of knocking off the speed, coming down through those mountains, and being able to get it on the deck. We've got a near perfect day now in the South Island, so different from what we took off from. We're hoping that when we get down to Queenstown, the weather's going to still be perfect. So I would like a headwind. It always helps with the landing, but we'll take whatever we can get. So I'll come back when we're on our descent and coming into Queenstown. So we are coming up on our top of descent very shortly. You can see the beautiful mountains of Queenstown coming up, or surrounding Queenstown. And over to the right here, you'll see the ocean of the west coast. Probably Greymouth down there, very close. So again, as I said, once we get into our descent phase and closer to landing, I'll come back and we'll capture that last part. So we are entering our final phase now. We're in our descent. Whoops. We have to get our act together here. So just over that mountain system there is Queenstown. As you can see, we've got a beautiful view here now. It's lovely weather. It's actually sunny out there. It's beautiful. So we'll just make sure we're all prepared for our landing. So our altimeters and bugs are set. Still coming up on the 10,000. Our reference is set, okay. VREF and target is set at 30 at 141. Our packs are set. Our start switches are to continuous. And our recall, nothing on recall. So that's our descent checklist. We're all good with that. We've got our auto brake set. I'm going to set our speed brake, so don't forget about that. And as I said, this mountain we see just here in front of us, over the top of that is the valley that we'll be landing in, which has Queenstown at the end of it. So, Xbox is 10, AppKill is 8.7. Always amuses me when I come in to do this flight that we are so close to this mountain. But you have to be, because otherwise if you don't, when you're over the mountain, coming down into the valley, if you're too high, you're never going to get down enough to get on the ground, or you'll pick up that much speed you'll never be able to get down on the ground safely. So we're coming up to 10,000. The lights are on. Start switches. Let the girls know we're ready to go. Go over to QNH from standard. And when we get over the other side of the mountain, instead of the aircraft, the autopilot, I might take the autopilot off and fly this one down. We've got no problem with our VAS. Our VAS is really good at the moment, only 70%. I'll do a speed intervention here to cut the speed down a little bit. So, and I'm also going to change our heading so that we end up coming on to basically more of the 10-mile final. So now it's all guesswork from here on in. We have to wait till we get over the top of these mountains so we can start dropping some height. Very easy to get yourself in some problems here. So as soon as we get over these peaks, you will see the valley, and there's the lake straight ahead of us there. Telling us that we're 18 miles from May2017, which is what we're landing on. Drop the speed back to 200 if I can and get some... I'm not going to take any flaps at the moment. I might take a degree of flaps and it'll help us slow the aircraft down. We can just see right in the centre there now the valley. So I'm going to start dropping a bit of height. Actually see the airport straight ahead of us now, down through the mountains. Just got to clear this little peak here. Once we've done that, I don't know if you can see this, but you'll see that we actually drop right off. Come on, old girl, come down. Okay, we're just about over the last peak now. We can really start dropping off some height. Alright, I'm going to go manual from here on in, including problem picking up the speed, so I'm going to give us a little bit of speed brake here to slow us down a little bit. All right on the numbers. too fast. Gear down. That's going to slow us down some. Come on, baby, slow down. Yeah, I know, darling. I'm trying to get flaps down.
Approaching 2-3.
Alright, we're right on profile now. She's slowing right down, that's good.
Approaching minimums.
53.
Too low flat. Minimums 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Ah, that's a pain. We're pretty well right on the numbers, all the way down. Did pretty well. Ah, damn that. Ah, that's so annoying. And that, my friends, is it. Unfortunately, not a great ending, but at least from my point of view, it did everything correctly.